When you think of your hometown, I am sure you don't picture this. Unfortunately, this is the mess my family and I were left with. This mess is what I like to call Hurricane Katrina. The TV began to warn my family and I that a deadly hurricane was about to take form. My parents decided that we needed to listen and evacuate as soon as possible. My mother forced my sister and I to pack a bag filled with our favorite things. I knew that things were serious. We said goodbye to our house in New Orleans as soon as we could. We were all headed down to my grandparents' house in Austin, Texas. When I arrived in Texas, all I could think about was my house. What would happen to it? Would I ever see it again? That next evening, my eyes were glued to the TV. On August 29th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina had struck. It left the town of New Orleans in pieces. Tears began to stream down my face. This was not supposed to happen to anyone, especially a 10-year-old like me. Thoughts rushed through my head. What would I see when I returned? Would my house be completely destroyed? I had no idea what to expect. The next week and a half, the TV became my worst enemy. In New Orleans alone, there was 1,600 people dead. Many people were stuck without sufficient food, water, or medical care. The worst damage seemed to come from the aftermath, flooding. After things were better in New Orleans, my family and I were allowed back. The damage I saw was unbelievable. There was water everywhere, damage everywhere, but most importantly, there were sad faces everywhere. When I arrived in my neighborhood, all I could see was a disaster. Nerves were driving through my body. All I could think about was, would my house contribute to this mess? When I saw my house, I was dumbfounded. It was still standing. How could I be one of the lucky people to see my house still attached to the ground? Things were thrown around, but everything that I loved was still with me. My family and I decided how lucky we were and donated $1,000 to the American Red Cross. It made me truly appreciate what I had in my hands because at any time it could be taken away, instantly.